Hey everybody, welcome back to Mining Modern. I'm Corbin Hostler, and this is Mono Blue Extra Turns. I love this deck. I love that we have Opt in it. Opt is great. It really helps this deck a lot. It helps a lot of decks, but it's great for this deck. As our opponent begins with the old... Oh, he's playing Living End. Okay. I don't mind this matchup, I don't think. Depends how good our opponent's draw is, but it seems reasonable for us. I lost a dice roll. Can't win dice rolls tonight, but... And this matchup seems okay. It all depends on how fast he is. I think our deck's definitely well positioned here, but we have a bunch of time warp effects, so we just want land and Spreading Seas isn't the worst. All right. Yeah, so he actually needs a creature because we're taking him off of. With just the black, it's leading him towards Demonic Dread rather than Violent Outburst. So he's actually several lands away from Violent Outburst, which may or may not be a problem for him, but he's got plenty to bring back, though, that's for sure. Might have just that real fast draw with the double Street Wraiths and get us as we draw another 6-drop. That's pretty unlucky, but it's actually very unlucky. Okay. We have a very hard time losing if we can just get to 5 lands and have a Dictate or Howling Mine out. I think the keep was okay. Maybe it was a little greedy. I don't know. It's also just unlucky to draw a bunch of expensive stuff after we had that. But yeah, so our opponent has Demonic Dread, but he still land away from Violent Outburst, and there's nothing to Demonic Dread right now, so that's good for us. Buys us another turn at least. All right, come on, land and or dictate. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, good, good, good. Still need lands, but now we'll at least have the dictate to try to find them. And if we hit 5 lands, we'll be pretty good to go here. Opponent obviously doing his thing. It's going to be a giant thing, but hopefully, even when he is able to fire it off, the Giga Draws can buy us a turn if it needs to. He's still looking for lands. And or... I guess I don't know what he has, but... Wow, okay. That's great for us, actually. Now, we'll play this Dictate and help him find it, but that's fine. Land, please. Alright, we did it. Sort of. Okay, so we will go ahead and start with the Spreading Seas on this, which actually messes him up even more. Yeah, things looking pretty good for the home team here. Wow. Wow, okay. That's great. Okay. I think we got this one in the bag now. Our opponent on Triple Island in their Living End deck. Now, they could, if they're playing Simian Spirit Guide version, could play a Forest and then Simian Spirit Guide and have enough for Violent Outburst. But at this point, it's going to be difficult for it to matter because we're ready to go off and our opponent just can't do anything. We are going to let him discard, though. They don't even need a cycle. We'll just let him discard to hand size. It's a big Living End when it comes, but hopefully never going to come. Alright, time warp ourselves. Move on to the next one. Wow, it's a lot of nice cards right there. Serum Visions. Cryptic, I think I actually do want, because of the fact that there will be... Oh, there could be a Living End. You know, whatever. It doesn't hurt to have one, I think, in this... We can afford it in this situation. Also, because he might get another turn, so... With the way things are going here, I'm going to go ahead and... walk the Eons and not buy it back. Because I'd like to save this and just try to win as soon as possible here. And I want to, play these cards that find us what we need also. Bottom that Opt, draw another Cryptic. Okay, it's all our Cryptic commands. Now this is a turn, yep. Mana continues to work out. We can Temporal Mastery and still have a 1-mana cantrip. Take the Opt. Yeah, we're certainly doing it here. Next turn we can play the win condition. This turn we'll just time warp ourselves. Play the opt. Sure, we'll put that on top. So as you can see, well, you know what we should do here? We should go ahead and Giga Drowse him, just in case of shenanigans, but... as you can see, Opt really helps the deck just go. In a way that it didn't before. It's a way better than Sleight of Hand. Plus you get to play Sleight of Hand, so I have 9... I went from 7 to 9 1-mana cantrips in the main deck, which is great. But we go ahead and end the game here. I love Spreading Seas in the main deck over Remand. Remand is obviously great in the right situation, but Spreading Seas is just consistently always good, especially in situations kind of in this game where and our opponent didn't cast, our opponent literally cast no spells even though they were executing their game plan. But we were able to not only mess with them, but draw more cards out of our deck thanks to the Spreading Seas, where if they were Remands, that would not have been the case. So that was great. All right, so I think we can get rid of the Temporal Trespass here. And get rid of a Giga Drowse. The Remands are obviously good against Living End, so we're going to play them, but you know, Exhaustion's actually pretty bad, right? I don't think Exhaustion is good. It doesn't do much. I guess it's okay. I'll play one. This is fine. There's a situation where our opponent Living Ends, and then we Cryptic Command to tap his team, and then Exhaustion to keep his team from untapping. That's a thing. I feel pretty good about this matchup, though. We have to look out for a Ricochet Trap here, I think, is the biggest concern. We play a bunch of basic islands. Fulminary Mage doesn't even get us. It's not the matchup you want if you're Living End, that's for sure. This is beautiful. How beautiful is this? This is what you can do in Modern now. This is a thing that's somehow going to be illegal in Modern. 2 Ops, 2 Serum Visions, 3 Islands, Snap, Keep. This hand's incredible. That's great. I love it. Love it. Opt's fun. I don't know about the argument of which is better, which is worse. I think in this deck, Serum Visions is actually better because of setting up Temporal Masteries. But you just play them all. It's great. I want to draw the Spreading Seas here. And we drew our win condition, so that's also good. Our opponent did not have a 1-mana cycler. Interesting. 2 Spreading Seas. It begins. Yep, alright. Start your cycling. What I love about this extra turn sec is that for a lot of combo decks, there's sort of hate pieces for them, right? Living End, you get them with the graveyard. You know, the Gristlebrand deck, you get it with the graveyard. The Storm decks, you know, there's ways to stop that, and all of these sort of really focused decks have ways you can interact with them and stop them. Even like some of them that want to make a big creature, you can beat them with a Ensnaring Bridge or whatever. But there really is no sideboard card that is good against, that is particularly good against this extra turn stack. Now, clearly there are cards that are good against it, right? Hand Disruption is very good against us, but there's no just sort of silver bullet card. There's no Gravedigger's Cage that just blows us out, and that's a really nice little advantage that this deck enjoys. All right, continue to take him off of green mana here. Should have a repeat of game 1 or keep our opponent from casting spells, maybe. Nope, got the Violent Outburst this time around. Okay. Well, the pressure's on then. It's a small one. He's putting, well, it's pretty good. You know, it's 7 power. It's only 4, but it can cycle and get +2/+1, so it's pretty good. Cryptic Command, however, is just purely great. This is everything we need to win the game. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to take 2 hits from it though, so I think I just want to take my Explore now. Yeah. I mean, hopefully our opponent doesn't kill us. I guess we could just die. I don't know. Can that thing get big enough to kill us? I'll take my Explore and then I'll be able to opt plus Cryptic Command. So I think we're gonna be okay here. Gonna be close. That was a good living in for him. Guess our opponent is still kind of crimped on on colors of mana, so it makes it hard to really go off discarding. Why, yes, it is a miracle. Very miraculous. Didn't see that one coming at all. What is this? Oh, okay, just cycling, sure. So the thing to consider with Ricochet Trap is it redirects the target of a blue spell with a single target. In Ricochet Trap, if an opponent casts a blue instant this turn, it can pay 1 red instead of its normal cost, but its normal cost is 4. So keep in mind that Time Warp says target player takes an extra turn after this one. Temporal Mastery just says take an extra turn, but Time Warp and Walk the Eon say target player takes an extra turn. That's something to keep in mind. I don't know if it really would change anything we can do or not do, but it is something to keep in mind. Alright, I know that one's just a cycle, but that's all I want to do here. I'm going to bottom that. Alright, move to our next turn here. Yep, continue to cycle, buddy. That's fine. Yeah, there's no reason for him to not cycle on his main phase and get the extra damage in, but... Beautiful. Alright, so we will Serum Visions. Bottom that, top that, pass the turn. So I guess I need to... This is actually interesting because say our opponent attacks. I think I'm just going to let him attack. Because then we might just get to play the Dictate at the end of the turn. Like say our opponent attacked and then pumped it enough to kill us, which would be 3 times. But then we can just bounce it with Cryptic Command. So I guess I'll keep the stop so we don't accidentally die, but I don't think he can pump it in a... Well, I guess depending on Street Race he could, and still have the Ricochet Trap is what I'm concerned about. But if he doesn't do just enough to kill us, I think I let him attack here. Thing is, we do get blown out if it's Ricochet Trap, because he can change the target of our Cryptic Command. But I kind of just want to win the game. We have 5 lands in play, so we'd be... I think this risk is worth it, because I assume he would have just fired off whatever he had. Especially since he main phase cycled this. He'd have to have quite the, the collection of cards to kill us here, and he didn't have it. Okay. It was a calculated risk, but I think a worthwhile one. Because the difference between, trying to go off with a Dictate and trying to go off without a Dictate is just monumental. So when I look at a hand like this with a Dictate in play, I basically say we win the game. And everything just looks way different otherwise. Well, okay. Annoying. At least we get the card out of it. I guess I'll fire off a Time Warp here. Our opponent does not have red mana. We cannot get Ricochet Trap. Because this allows us to draw into some more things here. Like an Opt, for instance. I was wondering what I would do if that was the card I drew. Our opponent is looking at 7. Like gains us 2, puts us at 6. I don't think that matters. Oh, that's a land. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out if I just actually try to kill him with this, I kind of want to try. I don't know if it'll work. It might. Depends what we draw, but it's possible that we can get to a point where we can just chain some turns together, so where the beast and this kill him. It's worth a shot, I think. It's better than just... Because at the end, I mean, we're just passing back to Cryptic anyways. They would have, like... I guess we didn't get there because we didn't draw another, but... We were so close. Like, if we'd been able to chain one more turn together there... then we actually would have had it. Yeah. Because we would have... yeah, we would have. He would have been 9. We would have been able to fire it up into a 6/6, have an extra turn with the beast token to kill him. I mean, that was worth a try. Now, I mean, we're still in this situation where we Cryptic here, and as long as we don't die here. Well, I won't say we've made it because our opponent has cards in it. Man, we're flooding out hard though. Okay. Flooding out very hard, as a matter of fact. Let's see what our opponent has up his sleeve. Oh, he wants to do that, huh? Okay. Not good for us. Right on time. It was pretty hard when you flood out this hard, I know that. I feel great about the matchup, but we have flooded very hard. Okay. So... I should remand this, right? Oh, no, I can't. Okay. Because I have to tap to cast it. That doesn't quite work. Well, I guess we get to attack. Our opponent's probably going to double block. Yeah, this is a weird game. We're not dead, though. Nearly dead, but not quite. Depends what we draw, obviously. Our man was a turn too late. A whole bunch of land. Is our opponent gonna fire off a violent outburst here? No way. Oh my gosh. 11? 12? We do 12 of our 22 lands? Oh, okay, well. That's how you lose a living end. That was kind of absurd. Alright then. I mean, it doesn't really change anything. That maybe I just don't care about Gigadrows. Maybe I just want to kill him. That hand was great. Gosh, that was a hand that started with 2 Serum Visions and 2 Ops. It was everything until it was beautiful until it was nothing but land. This hand, however, looks pretty great. I guess this works. I don't love it. I mean, I'm basically going to be just taking a land with the sleight of hand here, which is why sleight of hand sucks. It is, a land is what we need, though. I mean, I'd say maybe I could have just done nothing and just drawn the land next turn, but we want to play the dictate next turn, so look at that. All right, well. Okay, so this hand should win. I feel we'd have to get somewhat unlucky to lose with this hand. Doesn't mean it can't happen, but with double dictate, he needs... I mean, he only won that last game because, well, maybe we drew infinite land. He may have won it regardless, but because he had the Beast Within for the first dictate. In this case, we have 2 of them, and we're on the play. So And we have Time Warp. So, I mean, in theory, everything's good to go here. I did... If you'd asked me on, like, turn 3 or 4 of that last game if we were going to lose, I would have said, like, no way. But we drew a whole bunch of land. Also, didn't I even bottomed the Radiant Fountain, which means we actually saw 13 of the 22 lands in our deck there. And we almost got there. We were also one extra turn away from winning with that Beast token in our Awakened land when he was tapped out. So it was pretty unfortunate all around. All right, well, I think this is about to be a Beast token for us. Nope, maybe not. All right. Well, if he's just firing off Living End here, it's not going to be good enough. Yeah, it seems like it'll be difficult for us to lose. We get to play a second Dictate and then have Time Warps. And as long as he's not just sitting on a hardcast Ricochet Trap, we're good to go. And he's not because of that. He does look like he'll probably fire off a Living End here. Maybe. This hand looks pretty textbook for turns, so feel good. I guess you'd have Simian Spirit Guide. Like that. Simian Spirit Guide Ricochet Trap. Okay, don't know what happened there. Oh, he undid it. He clicked undo. Okay. Because it doesn't matter. He has Living End. We know that. That doesn't... Whatever. That actually doesn't really impact us. It just means we have to Cryptic Command before we go off. But we have enough draw steps and enough turns. None of that's actually going to be a problem. We're just going to be able to go all the way off here. Now, if it's Ricochet Trap, I would accept that loss. Fortunately, it appears not to be. Obviously, we can lose. I'm not going to, especially after the last game, won't say we can't, but things look good here. Yeah, it's a lot of good stuff right there. Serum Visions. Sure, I may as well draw them all at this point, right? I have a third one, though. Since we don't have the Radiant Fountain, I kind of don't want this. I'm sorry, since we don't have the Elixir of Immortality. Alright, fortunately, we did hit the Temporal Mastery here. So we need some turns. Our opponent very rudely is not tapping out, so Exhaustion doesn't do anything quite yet. There's a Remand, though. Okay, that's pretty good. Although, interestingly, I guess we're out of turns. Aren't we? So we are. I mean, beauty of this, I can now opt into them. So we'll probably find a turn here. But we'll see. We could continue to miss. The thing is, missing's not actually bad, so I can also preemptively exhaustion my opponent so that he can't do it. That's an interesting line, actually. I could do it. I would have to do it with this. I guess we'll see what the first shop's free. All right, there's a Time Warp. Okay, so that's pretty good. All right, so let's go ahead and... At this point, I kind of want to keep our band up, though, right? Nah, whatever. I'll opt again. I actually want him to tap out because of the exhaustion in our hand. I'd love to keep that on top and draw it. Okay. All right, so I really just want to find the Elixir of Immortality so I don't have to worry about anything. I have to discard. All right, land down. All right, Spreading Seas is a pretty good one here. This forces his hand, which is all we need. As you can see, Spreading Seas is great. Remand also very good, but Spreading Seas forces his hand here, which makes the counter into exhaustion play pretty backbreaking as well. Because now his Livingston can't kill our... cannot kill the Dictate. The Dictate, I'm sorry. Can't talk tonight. Can't kill the Awakened Land. Yeah, so I think I just remand this. Then I have 5 left. And we'll exhaustion him. Zero missions, huh? Okay. So we'll play exhaustion on our opponent. So, and then I think we can Zero Vision safely because he's probably not going to be able to get a living end off. There's the elixir. Okay. Okay, we'll pass with this. I'll get rid of this Temporal Mastery, I guess. Basically, we're just trying to get to 11 mana so we can awaken and have remand up. Right, that's kind of what I'm waiting for here. So it's just about getting there. Which I think we're kind of safely into that range now. We're at 10 right now, so we just have to run out one more here. Which I can do. I will walk the Eons. No buyback. All right, this should be good enough here. Move to our next turn. We're actually going to be short one. We're short one extra turn here, which hopefully we'll find, but we are technically short a turn. Let's see if our opponent goes for it. He's thinking about it. He did not. All right. Well, there's our turns. In fact, this is where Temporal Trespass shines, as a matter of fact. All right. We will part the Water Veil on this thing, and I will not attack with this. I will just pass the turn. Discard this land. Oh, and our opponent didn't even go for it, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Get on in there. All right, let's see what all we can exile with this Temporal Trespass here. We've got Manamo. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do I need to pay? 2 more? Sure. All right. There's that. So all we have to do is keep up the remand here. Play the Dictate. All right, so we got there. That was a little harder than it, just because we had to play around everything, which is worth it though. As you can see, it was a great matchup for us, and we got there. So thank you for watching. I'm Corbin Hausler. It's good to be back. This is Mining Modern. Make sure to subscribe to TCGplayer on YouTube if you want to catch these every Monday when they come out. So thank you for watching, everybody. Let's try another.